Wisconsin Supreme Court race. Liberal Susan Crawford beats Musk-backed candidate. Susan Crawford won the race for a seat on the Wisconsin Supreme Court on Tuesday, a major win for Democrats who had framed the race as a referendum on Elon Musk and Donald Trump's popularity. Crawford, a liberal judge from Dane County, defeated Brad Schimmel, a former Republican attorney general and conservative judge from Waukesha County, after Musk and groups associated with the tech billionaire spent millions to boost his candidacy in what became the most expensive judicial contest in American history. Today, Wisconsinites fended off an unprecedented attack on our democracy, Crawford said in a speech at her Victory Night event in Madison. Wisconsin stood up and said loudly that justice does not have a price. Our courts are not for sale. With more than 84% of the vote tallied, Crawford led Schimmel by nearly 10 percentage points. A man speaking. Republicans win special elections for 2 key House seats in Florida. Read more. In remarks on Tuesday night, Schimmel said he and his team didn't leave anything on the field, and announced that he had conceded the race in a call to his opponent before taking the stage. When his supporters began to boo, Schimmel stopped them. "No, you gotta accept the results," he said, adding, "the numbers aren't gonna turn around. They're too bad, and we're not gonna pull this off." Musk said hours after the result that the long con of the left is corruption of the judiciary, and that the most important thing was that a vote on the addition of voter ID requirements passed. The result means that liberals will keep a 4-3 ideological majority on the state Supreme Court. That majority is hugely significant because the court will hear major cases on abortion and collective bargaining rights. The court could also potentially consider cases that could cause the state to redraw its 8 congressional districts, which are currently drawn to advantage Republicans. Milwaukee, Wisconsin's largest city, reported historic turnout for a spring election, with election officials saying in a statement Tuesday evening that due to the unprecedented high turnout, 7 polling places ran out of ballots. The city's elections commission said it was working to replenish resources to voters during the evening rush. A combined more than $80 million was spent on the race, topping the previous record of some $51 million that was spent in the 2023 Wisconsin State Supreme Court race. Elon Musk and affiliated groups spent more than $20 million alone. Musk reprised some of the tactics that he used last fall to help Trump win, including offering $100 to people who signed a petition opposing activist judges and offering $1 million checks to voters. Pointing to the potential to redraw House districts, Musk had said the race might decide the future of America and Western civilization. Democrats seized on Musk's involvement in the race to energize voters who were upset about the wrecking ball he and his unofficial Department of Government Efficiency, or DOGE, have taken to federal agencies. They raised the stakes of an already high-stakes contest by holding out Wisconsin as a test case for Musk, saying that if he succeeded, he would take his model across the country. "Growing up in Chippewa Falls, Wisconsin, I never thought I would be taking on the richest man in the world for justice," Crawford said on Tuesday night. "And we won." After Musk's involvement became public, Democrats saw an explosion in grassroots donations and people coming out of the woodwork to get involved in the race, Ben Wickler, the state's Democratic Party chair, said last month. When the party tested its messaging, Wickler said, messages that highlighted Musk's involvement in the race motivated voters who were otherwise disengaged from politics. Janine Ramsey, 65, voted in Madison on Tuesday for Crawford because she said the Elon Musk-supported Brad Schimmel wouldn't rule fairly on the issues most important to her. "I think it's shameful that Elon Musk can come here and spend millions of dollars and try to bribe the citizens," Ramsey said. "I don't think it should be allowed. He doesn't live in our state, and I don't think he should be able to buy this election. It makes me angry." Trump won Wisconsin in the presidential election in November by less than 1 percentage point, the closest margin of any battleground state. Because turnout in a state Supreme Court election is lower than that of a typical election, and those who vote tend to be highly engaged, experts have cautioned against trying to read too much into the election results for national political sentiment. Still, there were encouraging signs for Democrats. The hard work of reaching the voters who pay the least attention to politics is going to take years for Democrats to build that kind of communication strength that can puncture the Republican propaganda bubble, Wickler said in March. But for laying the groundwork for flipping the House and the Senate in 2026 and winning governorships and state legislative majorities, the Supreme Court race can really point the way. Ken Martin, the chair of the Democratic National Committee, also celebrated the result. Tonight, the people of Wisconsin squarely rejected the influence of Elon Musk, Donald Trump, and billionaire special interests. And their message "Stay out of our elections and stay away from our courts," he said in a statement. In Madison, Crawford said she was ready to turn from the campaign trail, which she described as a life-altering experience, to the bench, where she promised to deliver fair and impartial decisions. Concluding her remarks, Crawford wished her mother, watching from home, a happy birthday and quipped, "I know how glad you are to see the TV ads end."